Oh my gosh. Man down. Yarn down. Hey guys, welcome back to the String Things channel. If you are new here, my name is Mel. I'm a stay-at-home mom living in Vancouver, and this is my little space where I talk about my knitting. So today it's all about yarn. I went to Knit City Vancouver this past Saturday, and it was my first time attending any sort of knitting yarn related event ever. I had a lot of fun. I wasn't quite sure what to expect from it when I first walked in. You know, it was held at PNE Forum, and there was just booth after booth after booth of people selling their hand-dyed yarns. And that's another thing, another first for me is that I've never bought hand-dyed yarn before, so I bought hand-dyed yarn for the first time. Very exciting. And I went by myself. My husband looked after our daughter for a couple hours so I could go to this event. I got my hair cut that day. And yeah, I just took my time, did a little walk around. So my initial plan was to go in and do a little once over of the marketplace and then go back and really think about what I was going to buy. And I was pretty good at that until I came across the booth called Okanagan Dye Works. And why that one stuck out for me is that I was born and raised in Vernon, which is in the Okanagan Valley here in BC, Canada. It's the hot desert region. It's where a lot of wines are, or wines are grown. Well, it's where a lot of wineries are. So I went up to the woman. There was no one else at the booth at the time, and I asked her, I was like, hey, where in the Okanagan are you based? And she said Vernon. I said, no way, I'm originally from Vernon. And we got talking a bit, and she asked me which high school I went to, and turns out we went to the same high school, although we weren't there at the same time. It was just pretty cool to meet someone based in Vernon, grew up in Vernon, went to my high school, and is now selling hand-dyed yarns and has a booth at in Vancouver. So from her, her name is Nikki, and I bought one of her little mini kit fingering color minis. Wow, I can't talk right now. So I got the one called the 5 Dyes. Here, let me take it out of the packaging. So this is fingering weight. It is 80% merino and 20% nylon. And the color of this kit is called Mother Earth. When I saw these, I don't know, there's just something about the colors. I just had to have them. And of course, it was the last kit in this colorway that I could see of anyways. Maybe she had some hidden away. But oh my God, like the colors, and they go so well together. And I bought this with no plan or any idea of what I was going to make with it, but yeah, I really just wanted these colors. So since then I have gone and done a little search on Ravelry and figured out what I'm going to make with it. So I wanted to make something that was going to maximize the yardage that I have here and try to use up every little bit. So I decided that I wanted to do some sort of scarf or small shawl. I think that would be the best way to showcase all of these, because it's definitely not enough to like make a top, and I don't want to make a hat with this. That's not going to use up enough of this yarn. So Shawl or scarf was what I decided on. Went to Ravelry. In my search for the filters, I picked fingering weight. I did the yardage range. I think it was like 300 to 450 yards. This is about 460 yards. And what I was after was a shawl or a scarf that was knit from one end to the other, because I wanted the color change to work in kind of that bias or in that direction, because I was imagining like if it's wrapped around my neck, I want people to see like, oh, it's actually a different color from this end to the other. And I was also just worried if I was going to make like a triangular shawl or a crescent shaped shawl, how like the striping was going to work out. And I knew it wasn't going to be even, because you're working at, you know, different row length as you're working those type of shawls. So that was definitely a no. Like, didn't want to find that shape of shawl. So, and I didn't want to do just like a regular rectangular scarf, even though that would definitely be the easiest way to use up every little bit of this yarn. I wanted something that was going to be a little bit more interesting, doing, you know, back and forth, either garter stitch or stockinette or whatever. It just sounded a little bit boring for me. So I ended up finding a pattern called Feather Flame by Xandy Peters. And I think it's the perfect mix of, there's some detail. I like the little, I guess, the flame or feather edge and one clean edge. And you do work from one end to the other, but it's not like perfectly rectangular. Like one end is actually wider and then you work to a point. Yeah, and it's kind of like a scarf, or I guess you can call it a shawlette. Like maybe it's more like a scarf. But anyways, I thought that'd be a really cool way to use this yarn and show off all the colors. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this Mother Earth fingering weight yarn from Okanagan Dye Works. So next, I'm doing this in any particular order because I can't actually remember the order in which I bought these yarns, and not that that really matters. But I went to Black Cat Custom Yarn. They had a very large booth. Like they had one huge wall. Like, wow. This one really stood out to me. This is called Lite Brite. And if you guys remember what Lite Brite is, like the Lite Brite board with all the different colors. So this is kind of what that is. This one, oh, I just hit my elbow. Right there. Okay. Wow. Get it together. Okay. Anyways, this is worsted weight. I only bought one of these, and I'm going to make like a hat or mittens. It's going to be a gift. It's really cool yarn, but not really my actual vibe. Bought this to make a gift. This is 100% superwash merino wool. And Black Cat custom yarn is based out of Chilliwack. So that's really cool. I didn't realize how many people or how many businesses just in the Lower Mainland are, you know, making their own hand-dyed yarns. It's pretty cool. So yeah, Lite Brite worsted weight from Black Cat Custom Yarns, based in Chilliwack. Yeah, I'm drinking out of a kid's cup. Near the back of the marketplace was, oh my gosh, I can't remember their name. Entre. They had a French name. They're from Quebec. I'll put it up here once I actually remember it. But I didn't actually buy any of the yarn. They did have some really beautiful yarn, though. Everyone had beautiful yarn. Like, oh my god, if I could buy from every booth, I wish I could have, but I don't have that much money. But they were selling the Knitting Barber silicone cords, which I have a set already in the color green, but I really wanted to get another set. So I was happy to find that they were selling it there and at a good price. So if you're not familiar with the Knitting Barber, it's a company out of Finland, and they make these little cords. So there's two lengths, two 30-inch lengths and a 60-inch length. And you can use them for trying on your garments. So if you're knitting, say, top down in the round and the needle size or the cable length that you're using isn't large enough to fit over your shoulders to get your top on, you connect each end to your needle points or your tips of your needles, and then shimmy your stitches around. I'll link to my video about how to try on your top down knits, because I have a video about how to do this. And anyways, yeah, this allows you to try on your garment without having to, take it off your needles or put on a longer cable or whatever. But I find these are really handy, and sometimes I even just use them as stoppers. If I can't find an actual stopper, I will use this. But yes, great product. I love these. And I have made a mess of the cords now, trying to pull these out. I'll just, try to shove these back in. Okay. So, oh, I did buy my husband a couple pair of socks from Kensington Prairie Farm. They're already been put away. Maybe he's even wearing a pair right now. I'm not sure. He went hockey. So yeah, I won't be showing you that. So next, from Mission is Bramble Ridge Hand Dyed Yarns. It's run by a lovely woman named Megan. And okay, so another reason why I wore my sage green dress was it's kind of the color I'm looking for a particular project. I just love green, and this is not mohair, guys. This is suri alpaca and lace. And lace. No, suri alpaca lace. I meant to say and silk. Wow. This is the color Sage. Each of these is 50 grams, 420 meters. I am going to use this yarn for a Chantilly cardigan, which was released just the day before I went to this marketplace by Laura Penrose. And for my size, it says I actually need 840 meters, which is two of these, exactly. And I was worried about that being too close. What if my swatch is larger? What if I swatch more than once? So I bought a third hank just to be on the safe side. Yeah, that makes the purchase a little bit pricier, but considering it's a hand-dyed yarn, yeah, I wanted to buy them at the same time. And yeah, I'm really excited about this being alpaca, because I love alpaca. It's so soft. Yeah, it feels really good. I love the color so much. So I bought some fingering weight yarn to pair with this, and another happy purchase. I mean, they're all happy purchases, but another Okanagan dyer, this time from the Penticton area, from Fibre Arts. I bought their fingering weight in the color Sage. So it was all about sage. So I only got 2 because they only had 2 at the booth, but I spoke to them and explained that I was looking for 2 more, and they said that they were going to dye some more up and let me know when they're ready. And they said that you know, for this color they're quite consistent, like relatively consistent, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about a different color, because I know sometimes when you buy different dye lots, the yarn color can change a lot. So hopefully it's not too different. I'm okay with a little bit of variation, because there's like a little bit of variation in it itself, and in the alpaca lace too, there's, I think, a slight variation as well. So I have no idea when they are dyeing up the next batch, when that's available, but I probably won't be swatching this for, I don't know, at least another month. It might be closer to winter time when I actually cast on the Chantilly cardigan. Let's see, I'll hold these up together. How does that look? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good, guys. So the fingering weight is definitely, I don't want to say dull, but it's a more green yellow compared to the suri alpaca. The suri alpaca is almost a little bit minty, and the fingering weight yarn is more dusty. I'm okay that they're different. Like, it's actually kind of nice when your 2 strands are slightly different colors, because then you get a little bit of a like heathering look. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. But yeah, very excited. I got my sage green, yeah, and it's, you know, local yarn, local hand dyed yarn. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with this purchase. And I think that's all I got. Oh, I got a pin. Oh yes, also from Bramble Ridge, woman from Mission. I got free wool wash soap. And when she first gave it to me, so she rang up the yarn, and I just heard her say soap and hand it to me, and I read cedarwood, and I love cedarwood. I love the smell of it so much. So I was just excited, like, if this was regular hand soap, like, I actually looked at her, I was like, oh my god, I love cedarwood. Oh. And then she started explaining how to use this for when I actually wash a wool garment. And then I looked at it again and I was like, oh, right, for washing my clothes. Oh my god, that's even better. Like, oh, my clothing's gonna smell like cedarwood too. Yeah, anyways, I was probably like overly enthusiastic and slightly awkward about it, but I mean, guys, I love cedarwood, and it's got orange as well, orange cedarwood. But yeah, well, soap. The pin I got was from Black Cat Custom Yarn. I put it on this bag. This is the shopping bag I took. Oh no, I already took it off, and I put it on a whip bag already. Oh, which is not with me. Anyways, it's a cat going into a box, and it says if I fit, I sit. Yeah, I'm a sucker for anything cat related. They had multiple cat themed pins, but I only bought one because I didn't want to go too crazy. But now I'm thinking, I wish I would have bought more, but maybe next year. So yeah, that's everything. Let's see if I can hold it all together. Hold the yarn together. Just one big yarn hug. Eee! I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Man down. Yarn down. Okay, so guys, that is all the yarn and purchases from Knit City, Vancouver. If you didn't know about it, now you know. It's an annual event. I'm very much looking forward to next year. I almost want to see how long I can go without buying yarn and just save all my money for this event next year, because oh my god, guys, it's totally worth it now. Now that I've bought hand-dyed yarn, I get it. Like I haven't even knitted up yet, but I just want more. That's definitely something my husband does not want to hear, but yeah. I've got the hand-dyed yarn bug, guys. Whew. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, letting me show you what I got from Knit City. Yeah, definitely looking forward to going back next year and seeing what's available. If you want to continue following along my knitting journey, please do consider subscribing. I make videos about what I'm working on, what I've done, yarn I have bought, and I do also have some quick tip tutorial videos. Check out my Knit to Know playlist for those. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, see you in the next one. Bye.